I am your host, Reverend Dr. Rodney Coles, bringing information to the community. And I always bring special guests to this broadcast, sharing information on the work and the mission that they're doing. So today, like always, get your pen, get your pad ready because we're about to get into another broadcast on information that can help the community. Today I have a good friend and a partner, Mr. Eddie Godley. Eddie Godley, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, Pastor Gold, for inviting me here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, Eddie, you do a whole lot, man. I know you're a member of Pastor Black, Gregory Black, which is a good friend of mine as well. And the work that you do, and Stokes, the work that he does and the work that you're doing. First, let's talk about who you are. Let's talk about Eddie. Who's Eddie?
Well, of course, my name is Eddie Godley, and I'm a member of St. John's Soul Saving Center in Stokes, North Carolina, where my pastor is Pastor Gregory Black. I've been a member there since 1995, so I've been around for a while under his leadership.
And he's a truly, I'm not trying to pump him up, but he's just a true man of God. It's very rare to find so true men of God. He's a friend of mine as well. So, and then, so let's talk about, you have a program which I've been a part of for certain many years.
Yes.
Youth Incarcerated Prevention Ministry. Please break that down for us.
The Youth Incarceration Prevention Ministry, actually, my pastor, Pastor Gregory Black, started a jail ministry probably in 2014, 2015. And myself, and along with Deacon Tellington at that time, we went to Pitt County Detention Center. And there we talked to, the inmates, encouraged them, scripture, pray for them. But at that time, they had, I guess, juveniles there. They was like 15, 16 years old. And over a period of time, God just began to deal with me, being proactive, and prevention is the key. So this how this ministry birthed back in, actually, the first event was in 2016. So it was birthed through the Pitt County Detention Center. That's how it came about. Because just so many young teenagers there that, and God said prevention is the key. So that's how this ministry birthed at that time.
By you talking about prevention, even when we talk about the doctors, they try to prevent us from getting sick. So you got to start at the prevention of it. Now, don't start when it gets there. So
That's
now
right.
let's do something about it. Let's start eating healthy now.
That's right.
Try to prevent it. When it comes to the youth and the children, and as we're talking about youth, it's so important to work with them at an early age and working with them because there had to be something that was on fire for you to say, hey, how do we do this to help them to prevent going to jail and getting themselves all messed up in the system?
Yes, that's way. I guess I can use my mission statement when it say our mission is to enrich, empower, and educate our youth by guiding them in the right direction through partnership, through ministry, and through with the local law enforcement and community getting involved. And through all of that, that's how I met Pastor Dr. Cole through that. He saw something in this ministry too, and he came aboard with us with all the resources that we need to prevent these kids from making wrong choices in life that will, the results of that will have them end up Pitt County Detention Center or some other jail.
Yeah, I saw your heart on the work that you're doing. I see our community all over with our young ones continue being locked up in jail.
Yes.
They have no direction. And, you are part of a lot of programs. We all work together. You with me with Crossing the Bridge, which we work with Restoring the Men, me and you, Tom Kulikowski, Robert Williams, a few of us, how we start to restore the men, getting the fathers lined up, but getting the youth. Because we do know that a lot of our youth is running around here without no real direction, and they're getting themselves caught up and into the system. And how do we prevent them from going there You know, most parents do not have the bond money to get them out when they get
Right.
locked up.
Yes.
So, I mean, you have been putting on a program, and I've been with you, but you've been putting on this
Yes.
program on bringing all these resources out to the community,
Yes.
which you have as well, and some minds may have connected. Well,
Right.
bringing the sheriff, the police, having people speak, pastors.
Yes.
I mean, you've been doing that, and I'm telling you, that is something that needs to be in every community. This should
Yes.
be folks should be seeing this program and coming to the youth prevention of
Yes.
incarcerated, because it's seeing what we need to do with our youth, and as we hearing from them, and you continue bringing on these programs. You
Yes.
done is at St. John. You run to Tom Common.
Yes.
You give out gift cards. You have
Yes.
all those resources out there, and I know there's parents listening to this broadcast this morning, mothers. You know, I'm dealing with their son. You know, and I'm going to say, you're going to hear me say it on this broadcast.
Yes.
A woman cannot raise no boy. I'm telling you
Yes.
right now. I mean, you can't raise no man, and neither can a man raise a girl. Let's get this straight. Now, you know what I'm saying? But when you got these young boys out here and preventing them,
Yes.
this is the time to connect with people, and don't call them when they get locked up.
Too late. It's too
Too
late.
late.
Yeah, it's too late.
And so a lot of programs y'all guys putting together, and you have a great team behind you.
Yes. Yes, do.
And y'all bringing these teams together, bringing these events together. Could you explain what normally happened at the Tom Common? Could you tell us what you've been doing with that, and how many years you've been there?
Like I said, we started in 2016. This year, June, the second weekend in June, will be our 10th anniversary. But we are putting on a program. We'll talk about that a little bit later this weekend, this Saturday. But started in 2016, and it just grew by connecting with other organizations, meeting other people through networking. Something, Pastor Cole, you taught me, networking with other people and get other resources, and people know what you're doing, you know what they're doing, and you connect, and you find out you actually can help each other. And another thing about this ministry that we do is prevention, being proactive. It's not saying your child going to jail, because it's prevention. It's not, trying to put them in a situation to think that they going to jail. It's being proactive. That is preventing something that may happen, that they may not know. Some youth that I've talked to over the years, good, smart youth, teenagers, but it's made bad choices, bad decisions, and this is what we try to do through partnership with law enforcement, church outreach ministry, and other organizations who come in to help us, with the resources to help our youth stay on track, be a plus in society, not end up, incarcerated. This is one thing I say: teamwork. If you spell team, you cannot find an I in team. So it take a team, just like a village, everybody working together, not against each other, but working together, for one common goal, and that is our youth, keep them out of trouble. We even starting a scholarship fund this year to help promote and give them something to look forward to. You can get some money, you going to college. We don't input into our youth, not just talking to them and preaching to them, but we want to, put something there for them, just help them go to school and be successful.
You said a key thing there, prevention. When you mentioned that, like, it's so good you said that. It's not like we're saying that your child is in trouble.
Right.
I mean, it's just like I said, we're not saying that you're sick,
Mm-hmm.
to prevent these things going on. And I love on the partnerships that you have. You have a lot of great partnerships where you're looking at this here. Their children might need to be connected with a mentor.
Yes.
Someone mentoring to them and having those conversations, with the young man. Young men they get involved a lot at the age between ages 11 and 12, when they get involved with the inner person,
Yes.
sexual, and they get into that. But having those conversations in the eyes of what God wants us to do.
Right.
Working with them and how do they get a job and job. These are all these connections that you have.
Yes.
and what you're working with and the connection, how they get a job, even working with them with youth entrepreneur, how they
Right.
can start their own business. Because, it's amazing that the key that most of the young ones, they get so caught up in trouble is that they looking for a couple of dollars, but how we can show them how to make dollars the right way,
That's right.
and that God is going to bless. And that's what you have brought into your network.
Yeah.
And I know there's folks listen to this broadcast today and saying, well, you mean that's a good program. How can I play a part? If you have something that you can say, hey, could be added on, because we know, as he said the word team, it's really about us all coming
Yes.
together
Working
as
together.
a team and bringing what you have to the table. It's just like, hey, just like Thanksgiving. If everybody have something to bring to the table, as they call it, potluck, you got something to say, hey, we all can make it happen together, and get up with Mr. Eddie and seeing how y'all can bring that together. Because, Eddie, we're not by ourselves. There's
Right.
no person could do it by themselves to
Can't
say,
do
hey,
it.
man, I got this. If it's God's,
Yes.
then you know about connecting the network. If it's yours, I have to stay away from it.
That's
You
right.
know, that means that it's you and your own little captain.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Your own little thing. But if you have that, as you see his name on the screen, get up with him, contact him, and see how you can be a part of that. And you're going to hear about the event he got coming up as well. Be a part of that. Bring your youth. Connect with that. Hey, it's all about, to me, I always
Yes.
believe it's all about networking and partnership. That's what I look
It
at.
is.
I don't believe that anything I know, nothing that I have is mine. Everything is temporarily is a rental. Even this body is a rental.
That's
I'm
right.
renting this thing out till it expires.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And when it expires, it goes down the way it needs to go, and we move on. And my wife and I was teasing about the funeral and things like
Right.
that. We talked about how high a funeral was. I said, listen, baby. I said, you take me, put me on a cruise ship, and take me out of the water. Just dump me out, because I'm not in there anyhow. So just dump me out there. I had a funeral on the boat.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? But
right.
besides that, we wanted to say, how do we help these young ones? And it's so key in working with it, because you've been going to the detention center.
Yes,
You've
a lot.
seen them. They don't know. They play heavy.
Yeah.
They play bad, holding their chests up. But you know what? We have to help them. We need fathers to come and be a part of that too. Hey,
Yes,
you say, well,
mentors.
maybe listen, my kid not in trouble. He may not be in trouble, but maybe you could come at the table with your son and show them how this thing works. Man, we all need help, Eddie. We all
Yes,
need help,
we do.
man.
We do. Been some years back, I talked with an individual, and their child at that time, they said was fine. They didn't really need that, really hear stuff like that. Child went to college, and because the child didn't know some things he needed to know outside of college, he made a bad choice. Some years later, I seen that individual, and they wish their son has took part in this program. That's why it's prevention, being proactive. I can't say it enough. Trying to avoid something before it happens. Also, I want to give a shout out to my church family in Stokes, St. John church family. They are a bunch of volunteers, anywhere from 30, 40 volunteer at any time. That is I call them my team. Like I said, you can't get I in team, so it's a team, and all of us work together. Anytime we got an event, if you ever been to an event, you'll see the Youth Incarceration Prevention Manager. You can tell the volunteer because they have that shirt on. They some loving peoples, and they input into the youth. They pray for them, and everybody encourages them. So we just encourage y'all to Saturday. Like I said, we'll talk about it shortly. If you can, the weather's kind of shaky, but I thank God. I believe God will make a way that it's going to be a clear path to Stokes, and so everybody can get some good information.
The St. John's Church is a big supporter of what you do, and I'm glad that you mentioned that. You had the 5K walk in
Yes.
supporting of that. They all come out, and that's what it's about. I think,
Yes.
I like to see in 25, which we in, to
Yes.
see more people participate on that, be involved with that.
Yes.
And the events that you be bringing on and putting into the community, you know what? You don't charge nobody no money, man.
No, it's free to them. I put it that way.
You know, but you get people
Yeah,
to
it's
help
free
you,
event, yes.
but it's free for them, and especially when you had all those food trucks, you
Yes.
feeding them. You know, St. John's and I was called St. John's, Pastor Black, and you and your wife, what y'all
Yes.
guys have allowed the Lord to use y'all to make a difference in the community.
Yes.
I thank God for you. I just thank God for all of you. And I want us to talk about what's happening on January 11th, an event that's taking place this Saturday. What you have going on?
Okay. Well, this Saturday at 12 noon, we having a program at Stokes, down Stokes, St. John and Stokes. Stokes ain't hard to find, and St. John would not definitely be hard to find in Stokes. Start at 12 noon, and what this program here about is how we educate our children, determine our future. Because we say, our children is our future. So we don't. It's some powerful speakers there. My pastor, Pastor Black, Dr. Rodney Cole, gonna be on board. Elder Gray Hodges, Lieutenant Frida Hine Godly, Godly Hines will be there. Dr. Alonda Freeman and Minister Derek Clark will be on hand. It'll be a panel, and you get children or parents get a chance to ask questions, and there'll be some more people there that will pitch in to help also. And I do want to give a shout out to Sheriff Paula Dance for their support. Pitt County Sheriff Office has been a major support from day one. Clement German, Lee Chancellor, State, and some other ones that have been involved who help us teach these youth and guide these youth in the right direction. But Saturday, the 11th at 12 noon, we will be having a program in Stokes. Also, bring your youth, bring them out. We got gift cards again for the youth and the adults. We also serving food. So come out. The children would get hot dogs, hamburger, and French fries. But the adults, we don't give y'all fish, hot fish, stewed potatoes, and string beans. So come on out. We don't good information. Very good information, and you get fed at the same time. Everything is free, no cost to anyone.
To God be the glory. So you're telling us on this Saturday, not just we're going to feed our spirit man and understand the wisdom and knowledge of what we need to do with the youth, but we also going to be fed in our physical body.
Oh, yes.
All at the same time. So,
Oh, yes.
so we're looking at January the 11th, 2025 at 12 o'clock at St. John Missionary Soul Saving Church. Please come out. The address is
Down there, right down. 2129.
2129. Is it Bristway Road?
2921 Briley, I think. Briley Swamp Road,
All right.
Stokes, North Carolina.
And if they want to get in contact with, sometimes, what is a contact number that we can call if we want to say, hey, I heard the broadcast, I like to get involved, I like to bring my children. Can I bring my church youth to your program and not church van? Is that possible? Is it a limit? How do we get in contact with you to ask you those questions? And also we're going to ask the question, can we bring our youth?
Yes. Yes, you can contact me 252-341-7546, or you can contact me at that number, or you can email me at eddie.godly@yahoo.com. And you can bring your youth, and the special thing about this event, Pastor Cole, is that all ages. All ages. We got it set up with one of our members who run a daycare, and she teaches our Sunday school, our youth Sunday school, ages from 5 to 7, 8, or 9 years old, whatever. She is set up and geared up. if you come and you say, well, I got my 5-year-old daughter or my 6-year-old son, I won't leave them home. No, you ain't got to leave them home. Bring them. Bring them. We have something for all ages. So please bring it. Don't let the age stop you. If you want to come, bring them. We're looking forward to seeing you.
You know, it's always good to hear when people doing so much for the community and what you guys do. And you said bring all people. I had a meeting the other day, and I said, we can't just have people come in knowing that they may need something to eat.
Right.
But yeah, that's where the heart of people,
Yes.
where you're seeing their needs and helping them get that information. So, please come out and support this event. January the 11th, 12 o'clock, getting these different resources. We try to prevent the children from going to jail. Maybe they prevent somebody else from going to jail. I mean, we all need everybody. I mean, your child might be in, everything's lined up, and to God be the glory at your home. But maybe he can help or she can help another child, because it's just as well as females in jail as males in jail. So let's don't say it's just all of us men's in jail. It ain't called a men's jailhouse. It's called a jail, a penitentiary, whatever it's called. Both of us in there. You know what I'm saying? So if we could prevent these things from taking place, that's where Eddie is coming in to say, come, get this information. It's not costing you nothing to come here. But I'm also going to say, Eddie, I'm like this. If I came to, I've been invited to many people's homes, and, don't bring nothing, man. I mean, I was born that, man, I'm going to bring something. I'm going to give something. And that's, to me, is how we live, and that's how, you should live. So for those that say, hey, I cannot be there, and maybe they can make a donation, Eddie. I mean, maybe, ain't no number there. I mean, hey, if you say, hey, I can give, let me give that $5. You just imagine how $5 stack up.
Yes,
I mean, I had a penny jar, man. I remember that penny jar had like $300 in pennies, man. I was like,
Yes,
in that penny jar.
It adds up.
You light those pennies and roll them up, man. But if they want to make a donation, and is that a possibility to do that on the website? Because I try to see how we can make donation with Cash App.
Right.
My mother, she used to use Western Union, man. She would give her grandkids money. I got to go all over to Western Union, stand on line, man. Stand on line and get them their money. You know what I'm saying? I said, Mama, I wish you know how to do Cash App. You know what I'm saying? But there's a way, Venmo, is there a way that people get to make a donation,
we accept donation. That's our, program run, by donation. We do have a Cash App. It's YIPM Ministry, and it's a logo pop up. You see, like, it's a logo come up with St. John on it, and they have the Youth Incarceration Prevention Ministry there with two hands holding hands. So that's our logo. You also can, if you want to just put something in the mail, send it to St. John Soul Saving Center in Stokes, P.O. Box 82, and just put up there Youth Incarceration Prevention Ministry, and we'll get it from there. Well,
Eddie, I just want to tell you thank you for the work that God is allowing you to do in St. John's, and the leadership of your Pastor Black, there with the vision and how God worked with y'all and your wife, man, because I know it's hard for me to do anything without my wife. I can tell you that.
Yes.
And the work that you do of sharing information, for those who make a donation, please do. But for those, let me ask, is there a way to get on the website? Because it may be easy for them. For those in the technology world, they want a website. What is your website address?
That website, I think it's YIP dot. I want to say, yeah, .org. I think that's what it is. I'm not for sure. But if you call me, I can definitely get you the information. Okay. If you call me at 252-341-7546, I'll definitely get you the information. If you want to donate, we'll definitely get you some information so you can, get it to us.
Well, Eddie, again, we thank you for being on the broadcast. Again, as we come into the closing, listen, we have to take care of our own community and working with our youth, working with our men. This is a free event. It's not costing you nothing to come out. Eddie gave you his number, which is 252-341-7546. You can text him. Please reach. If you can't get him, you have my number. Call me, and I'll get you, Eddie. 252-717-9600. Listen, come and support this. We thank you for this broadcast. As we continue moving forward, we'll see you at the next broadcast. God bless, and thank you again.